And for more on the story, we're now joined in studio by the Gauteng MEC for Education, Mr. Panyaza Lesufi. Thank you very much indeed for joining us, MEC.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. Truly appreciate
it. It seems that your ministry is dealing with a lot of racially charged issues in our schools in Johannesburg, and St. John's the latest one. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about the events that led to your getting involved.
Well, my inbox was flooded by parents that felt that the decision that was taken by the school was an incorrect decision, and they requested us to intervene. Firstly, the school didn't notify us about the case, and we felt that maybe let's give them an opportunity to explain. But what shocked us is that they just sent us a one-pager, a substandard report indicating that they've dealt with the matter is closed, and then we need to accept the outcome. And then they went on what I deemed an irresponsible public relations exercise of trying to justify the decision. Then we made contact with the leadership of the school to indicate that they must immediately refrain and we must meet. When I met with them this morning, we indicated three important things. That we are not happy that a person that has been found guilty of racism is allowed to teach the same learners that have raised concern with that person. It's just unjustifiable. And we also indicated that we don't think that the attitude of the principal, who is supposed to be the symbol of unity, the symbol of oneness, the symbol of ensuring that the staff work together, but the principal is the one that is defending something that is so wrong, that we don't think the principal is fit and proper to deal with this matter. But thirdly, we don't think that they've given the necessary support to the learners that appeared before that disciplinary hearing. And therefore, we felt that the principal must be charged, the teacher must be reported to the South African Council of Educators so that this matter can be finalized and be concluded.
So, just to bring our viewers up to speed, the teacher was singling out black students on the basis of their color, saying things like, you're only doing well if you sit next to white kids, amongst other things. Yeah. An inquiry was done by the school, they found him guilty, but the only punishment they gave him was to take away some of demotions essentially. Yeah. And they felt that that was enough. Yeah. But obviously the parents then said, no, that is not enough. The headmaster, how did he explain why he only gave out a demotion and nothing else?
Well, it's only when I challenged him in the meeting that he apologized and regretted the incident, and also regretted the way he has handled the matter, and requested us that to accept his apology. We did, but we indicated that he's not fit to lead that institution, so let the leadership of the school deal with this matter. And when we raised all these issues, the school wanted to retreat to say they need more time for the 8 hours to handle the matter. We were very firm. We indicated that they've got 5 hours. The matter has been with them since November last year, so there's no way that they can think that this matter can be prolonged. So I'm just excited that they've accepted our advice. The teacher is no longer there, and we have to deal with other outstanding matters as quickly as possible.
All right, so we've heard a number of stories in the public schools that fall directly under your jurisdiction. Did this private school think that they fall outside of some of these controls?
You're right, and that's what, to be quite frank, that irritates our department, purely because we are responsible for education, whether it's public or private. But the constitution of this country is one, and it covers everyone, including the Bill of Rights. So if a school believes that they're a private institution, they can do as they wish, they are wrong. And we want to put it quite clear that we will act decisively. And that is why we've convened a meeting during the month of September with all independent schools, so that we'll review the code of conduct, the way they deal with issues, the fees, and other related matters, so that we can have a system that it's not in tatters, or a system that needs to be assisted by the department at all times, because it's going to be very difficult to move to all the schools. So it's better to find a way of handling this matter, and that is why we felt that a summit with all of them during the month of September, a heritage month in particular, it will assist us to deal with some of these issues.
I mean, there's disturbing reports at St. John's that when the headmaster announced his decision that staff clapped that this guy wasn't fired. I mean, that points to almost like a collective think about the race issue.
Hence our concern about the leadership or capabilities of that principal. I'm just relieved, Peter, that we raised it in front of him. We didn't raise it on public platform. We raised it in front of him. We registered our dissatisfaction. Unfortunately, he realized that indeed he was wrong. He regretted the situation. And that is why we want to put as much as possible social workers and psychologists within that particular school. Our premier has also established what we call a social cohesion team that is assisting us to build social cohesion within our province as well. So we'll ask them to go there and find a way of ensuring that the relationship there is amended within teachers as well.
Do you think it's going to be a task to try and reverse this kind of systemic thinking? I'm thinking if this is what we are uncovering in 2017, what's been happening since 1994 to 2017?
We must not get tired to promote non-racialism. Racists want it that way. They want us to get tired. They want us to think that we are not meant to live together. They want us to think that they are superior. Because racists are mindless. So we must suffocate them. Wherever they are, they must not find any room to breathe. Because non-racialism is not bad. Non-racialism is not even a painful thing. So the racists that don't want non-racialism, we have no choice but to impose it on them. Because that's the only way to build a truly united non-racial country. So we must not get tired to promote non-racialism, to embrace non-racialism, and to implement it. No one, Peter, no one will ever postpone our march towards a non-racial society, and no one will delay it, and no one will stop it. So the only thing that we need to do is to ensure that non-racialism is made something that all of us can embrace wherever we are.
In many ways, the school heads and the leadership of the schools are almost like gatekeepers. One almost wants to reach the parents to let them know what's happening at their school, that this kind of racism is happening at their school. The minority parents seem to only be able to express themselves to other authorities at the last minute. How do we get to those parents and tell them, listen, your school's not all that actually?
Actually, we are a free country, so I always believe that even our Chapter 9 institutions, the Human Rights Commission, the Public Protector, and the commission that's responsible for religious rights, they must come on board and also assist us here, because we really believe the advocacy campaign must start within our schooling environment, because schools are an appropriate platform that can assist us to eradicate once and for all these problems of xenophobia, problems of racism, and other sexist problems that we find in our society. So we just have to urge parents, don't delay. Don't think this problem is small, I can handle it, or it's meant for me alone. If you don't report, we will not be in a position to deal with this issue. So I urge them. Our offices are always there. We will deal with this matter, regardless how small or big it is.
And then you had the other issue of the coloured school.
Unfortunately.
That you had to deal with as well.
Yeah.
And, you know, again, this is racism, isn't it?
It is, without any shade of doubt.
So how do we, you know, keep going back into managing this? Because, you know, often we just think racism happens between black and white and so on and so forth. But to see so-called coloureds and black people in a racial mix like this.
We must not underestimate the damage caused by apartheid. It was bad. It was too much. I think we underestimated. We just scratched it on the surface. We thought 1994, hallelujah, done, we are all fine. The effects of it was severe. I mean, I sat for almost 5 hours in one meeting with the community of Klipspruit. I was shocked. And some of the comments that we make, and they passed those comments proudly. So we still have a long way to deal with it, but I'm convinced that we'll have a principal that is capable, talented, that will take us forward in that particular school on Monday.
Should the principal at St. John's resign as well?
Well, that's my view, but we've left that with the leadership of the school. I think they will take an appropriate decision, but I don't think that that principal is fit and proper to lead that school. We need somebody who will embrace non-racialism, who will defend non-racialism, not somebody that will romanticize racist.
How do you do an audit of the rest of the country? Because at the moment, you are working on what's reported and what comes to the fore. There's many cases that won't be reported. People just want to get through school. They're scared they won't get their certificates, whatever. How do you do an audit of the situation across the country?
Hence our summit in September, but most importantly, we need to bring the Chapter 9 institutions. They must assist us. That's their terrain and that's their role.
All right. SABC, thank you very much indeed for joining us and sharing your thoughts with us. And we wish you strength with the good fight and making sure this kind of thing just stops happening. Thank you so much for your time.
Truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, now the